All right, folks, welcome back. I'm Carl Higbie alongside Amanda Brilhantie. We've had rocking breaking news this morning on a number of segments in the last hour, but today is actually Canines Veterans Day, where we're taking time to honor those heroes who work tirelessly alongside of the troops that are fighting overseas right now, and alongside a lot of issues that we're seeing that we may actually have to consider as this Ukrainian-Russian war ramps up.
Yeah, as we know, canines are still an important role when it comes to any kind of conflict. And here to talk more is co-founder of Hurricane's Heroes, Agent Marshall Mariachi, along with the decorated former Secret Service canine Hurricane. Welcome back to Wake Up America.
Hey, how you doing, everybody?
Very good, very good. So just to give a background to, Hurricane obviously have a pretty viral career over his lifetime. Started in 2014 when he took down a White House intruder who hopped the fence while former President Obama was there. Walk us through that, and walk us through also broadly through to the role that canines play in service to this nation.
Sure. I mean, they're invaluable to us. That day, we had a lot of things going on in the country with the Secret Service in D.C. at the White House, and Hurricane got his call to duty. Just sitting there looking at the fence line. Next thing you know, somebody comes scaling over and comes running towards the front door. Happened to be that the president and his family were right inside, so the ramifications of how that went down were obviously huge. Hurricane stepped up. He had his call to duty, and it went a little more than we expected. A pretty vicious fight ensued after that, and Hurricane was willing to leave it all on the line to make sure he got the job done, and here we are all these years later still talking about it.
Yeah, and we see the conflict ramping up now in, obviously, Russia-Ukraine. I was overseas for in and out of 9 years in Iraq, and we use dogs very frequently for a number of things, bomb sniffing, taking down people that we couldn't necessarily see around corners or anything like that. We want to keep
them alive. And like
alive.
Marshall said, Hurricane also stepped up, and you've worked closely with canines as well.
So this is one of those things. Explain the impact, though, that dogs have, especially in the non-lethal force element, because people don't really appreciate how much they're doing, and we're seeing a conflict like over here developing. Are they going to be using canines and that type of thing?
Absolutely. I think it'll come eventually in time, just like everything else. The canines can do so many different things. Their skill set is so vast. Hurricane was specifically search and apprehension, used to sweep Camp David with the president there. Same type of things, military working dogs overseas, going out in the head, sweeping the teams, keeping everybody safe. They can find individuals, they can find bombs, explosives. These Belgian Malinois and German Shepherds, you can pretty much teach them to do anything that, your team or your group of individuals needs to do to have a successful mission.
Yeah.
I hate to say this, but unfortunately, as these bombings continue, canines might be very important in finding Ukrainian citizens who are buried under any kind of rubble going on. We're also seeing reports about how Ukrainian citizens, they're reuniting with their dogs. So there's the aspect of also the dog is a family. Their canines are there to protect as well. Marshall, you co-founded a nonprofit in honor of Hurricane. Can you tell us more about that?
Absolutely. So after Hurricane started to get some of his awards and accolades, it came with free medical care for life, and which a lot of people don't know is these police and military dogs do not get medical care in retirement other than what the handler is able to do for them. And in certain situations, that's not enough or what the dog needs. So having Hurricane being the only one for Secret Service at our group at the time for ERT, I had to give back to his brothers and sisters. I had to make sure Hurricane's name lived on and that we could keep paying back everything that's worked out so well for us. So we started Hurricane's Heroes. We now sponsor 26 dogs through the Halls of Honor Veterinary Care Program. We take care of them. There's no financial obligation to the handler. That way the dog, after all their years of service, can just be a happy, retired dog. Sit here, play with toys, not have to worry about, all the different medical issues and how they're going to be treated. It's a really wonderful cause, and we're so fortunate to everyone that helps us out.
Marshall Mariachi and Hurricane, thank you so much for joining, and thanks for your service.
Thank you very much as well.
We'll be right back with Wake Up America.